Havant near Portsmouth for another landlord interview, and joining me outside his first ever HMO project is Chris Dumas. And Chris, we're standing outside this very handsome house. We're going to find out more about it in a mo, but first of all, how did you end up being full-time in property?
I've had a buy-to-let investment for a number of years with my wife, and other than that, I was just had a day job. I was working in the city as a commodity trader, and then about a year ago, I found myself in between jobs, and I was looking at new things to do. I wanted to try and run my own business, and I came across PPP, who are well known at Property Tribes, and thought that their product was very interesting, and I always fancied getting into property, and so I decided to join them.
And we're standing, as I said, outside your first completed project. Now, this was a 3-bedroom family home. What have you done to it?
I've turned it into a 6-bed HMO for young professionals. So I've basically converted. There was an integral garage which I've converted into an ensuite bedroom. I then converted the lounge also into an ensuite bedroom. It has a communal kitchen area, living area, and then upstairs there were 3 bedrooms. One of them was very big, so I was able to split that into 2. And there were 2 big bathrooms previously, so I've split the 2 bathrooms into 3. So I've now got 2 ensuites upstairs and 2 bedrooms sharing 1 bathroom, so 6 in total.
Fantastic. Now, we've looked inside and we're going to show you some pictures from actually inside the house, but you'll see that Chris has done it to an extremely high standard, which is the PPP model. But why did you feel that the HMO, the very sort of high-end HMO strategy, was the way to go in sort of 2016?
I felt that with property prices going up and up and up, I wanted to get a return on my investment, and I felt that that this was a good model in which to do that.
And the property's already fully tenanted, isn't it?
It's fully tenanted, yeah. I have 6 young professionals who are all very nice people, and they come from all different walks of life, from medical profession to engineering, and so on. So, good bunch of people.
Excellent, well done. Do you think that you could have achieved this without the support of Platinum Property Partners?
I think it would have taken me a long time, and I've made a lot of mistakes along the way. And that was one of the things that drew me to Platinum Property Partners, was the fact that they have a huge knowledge base, experience, a large network of property investors, and they provided an excellent product that I was very impressed with.
Now, you're already thinking of your next project. What have you got in mind?
Very similar to this, to be honest. I've gone sale agreed on a property not far away from here. It's early days yet, so hopefully it'll go through, but it'll be a pretty similar format to the one that I've done here.
Clearly, we are entering challenging times in the private rented sector in terms of increasingly onerous legislation and taxation. Do you feel that it's going to be the educated, professional, networked landlord that will survive and thrive in this new environment?
I think so, yes, and that's, to be honest, I wouldn't have gone into it if I didn't feel that I was providing a first-class product, not cutting any corners, making sure that, everything that I'm doing is to the highest end. So, I think there are some landlords who do get landlords generally have got a bad reputation. But I think that what we're providing here is extremely good quality accommodation for a market that needs it. young professionals who are very transient, don't necessarily want to buy or to rent on their own, able to sort of enter into short-term agreements that aren't very onerous, with all bills included. I think it's a good product, and there's a high demand for it.
Very sustainable going forwards. What would you say is the biggest singular lesson that you've learned in all of this process?
I think the biggest lesson I've learned is that there's a lot more than meets the eye to providing such a sort of high quality product at the end of the day, and so I'm glad that I didn't cut corners and try to do it on my own.
Well, it's been great meeting you, Chris, and having a look at your house, and I do have to tip my hat to you for what you've achieved. I think you've created a really good quality home that hasn't lost that feeling of being a home by being sort of split into the 6 bedrooms. So I wish you every luck for the future, and maybe we'll catch up with you again another time and see how you're getting on.
Thank you, I hope so.